Hey, you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in to another great episode of LaQuinta's Chatterbox. I'm your girl, LaQuinta, and we have an amazing surprise for you tonight. We have Mr. Maurice Ford, and he's going to talk to us and tell us a little bit about his book. He's written a book, and he's going to tell us about the things that he's doing, the things that he's done, where he come from, and where he is now. So
Cool.
I got before you even get started, you told me you was in California now, right?
Say it again.
You in California now, right?
Yeah, I'm in Los Angeles. Yep,
Mm.
California.
Okay, I don't know why I thought you stayed here.
I'm from there. I'm born and raised in Little Rock. Yep.
Okay. Well, I guess when you tell us your story, I hear
Yeah.
all of it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, honey,
For
I'm
sure.
gonna go ahead and give you the floor and just go ahead and you just
Thank
tell
you.
us.
Appreciate it for giving me the opportunity though, for real. But my name is Maurice Ford. I'm author of the book Five Times a Slave: How Childhood Trauma Can Create a Career Criminal. And a little bit about the book. I named the book Five Times a Slave because of the 5 times I was in prison in Arkansas, where I'm from. And I kind of spent the title, due to the 13th Amendment that abolished slavery as punishment for a crime. And when I learned that amendment, and I kind of I was in prison when I learned it, and I kind of felt crazy for being there, for putting myself in slavery 5 times. So I felt like, you know what, I'm gonna do something with this title and do something with this opportunity, and write my book and name my book that. But I'm originally from Little Rock, Arkansas, man. By neighborhood, I'm from College Station, a
Okay,
neighborhood on the east side of Little Rock,
okay.
right by
I
the
didn't
airport.
know that.
Say it again.
I didn't know that my family is actually from College Station as
For real?
well.
What's their
Yeah,
last name?
the Stouts.
Oh yeah. I know Styles. T is my cousin, son of my cousin. Yeah.
So you my cousin too then.
Yep. He my cousin on his dad's side. His daddy is a Kelly. You know what I'm saying?
So
Yeah, I'm kin to
yes,
the Kellys and the Flowers.
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
If I tell you that my other half of family, because you probably know them as well, Rudy Poo, that's my sister.
Yeah.
Lorinda and Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
small world. I
It
didn't
is
even
though, small world. I know all them. All them know me too. Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I've been in California in Los Angeles for about 6 years. I got out of prison in 2018, like June. I got my commercial driver's license. I hit the road. I got my commercial driver's license like a couple months after I got out of prison. And like I've been basically like on the road ever since. I may have been back to Little Rock between jobs, but basically I've been like gone. So this the book I wrote, Five Times a Slave: How Childhood Trauma Can Create a Career Criminal. And in the book, I talk about a traumatizing event that I encountered at the age of 13. Saying I encountered me and my mother as well. Like in the year 1994, my father was murdered. You know what I'm saying? And before then, we lived a regular life. My mother and my dad, we lived a regular life. But in 94, he was murdered. And me and my mother had the unfortunate, I guess, it was an unfortunate event. We had to find him and his friends murdered. So that traumatized me as a 13-year-old. I didn't know how to accept that or take that, seeing 3 people murder execution style. You know what I'm saying? The one that I love dearly. You know what I'm saying? My dad. And from there, man, it's like I just quit caring about anything. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand death at 13 years old. I didn't understand why it happened and things of that sort. And when you see something like that and you witness something like that, it's no way you can get it out your mind without a therapist kind of working you through them emotions and feelings. And that's something that I wish I would have did then, but I skipped it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do it because anytime you ask a young adult, do they want to talk to a therapist, they're going to say no. You know what I'm saying? So my mother went in the condition herself because she's saying the same thing. She went in the condition to tell me, hey, look, this is what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no choice in the matter. But she didn't enforce it like that. So, I took that traumatizing event and how trauma showed up in my life. Now, it don't all the time show up in people's lives as committing crimes, but in my life it did. You know what I'm saying? That's what it showed up in me. Committing crimes, drug use, things of that sort. And as I learned more about trauma and how traumatizing events can traumatize people and show up in their lives different ways, I just was reflecting on my book, what I wrote in my book, because at the time I was just thinking like just giving my account of what happened to me back then and what I felt like caused me to become a career criminal, But I seen a lot of links between like with traumatized young adults and how they grow up into adults. You know what I'm saying? The things they do, the criminal behavior, the drug use, the anxiety. You know, anytime I feel like I was in danger or like, you know, a threat to my life, I would take it to the extreme. You know, and I end up in prison a lot, man. I've been in and out of prison since the age of 20 to the age of 37. My last time I was 37. Yep, 37 years old was the 5th time. And that time I kind of decided, you know, I was becoming what I said I didn't want to be. You know what I'm saying? When I went to prison the first time, I said I didn't want to be like those guys, 40, 50, 60 years old down here acting wild and going back and forth to prison. And I almost became that guy, you know, so kind of dawned on me. You know, I kind of had one of those moments where you just be like, okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm through. And
so let me ask you this. Why do you think it took so many times of going back, being incarcerated, that it took you to realize that that wasn't for you?
well, that's good, man. I'm working on my second book and I'm trying to relate that, you know what I'm saying, that what it is. But one thing with me, I think for me, I know for me, it takes me to go through a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, instead of just one time. And then I tell people this too. If you don't switch your way of thinking, I like to say mentality switch instead of change, because I really don't look at it myself as being changed, because I feel the same and I think the same. I just don't do the same things. You know what I'm saying? So anytime a person doing the same things over and over again, for me, it was more like I knew better. It's kind of like I knew better. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of raised better, you know what I'm saying, to an extent, and I knew better, and I didn't want to do it the rest of my life going in and out of prison. Also, I don't have any biological children, but I got like nephews and nieces that love me. You know, they always pay attention to me. You know what I'm saying? I pay attention to them and be in their life since they was born. And this last time they was coming to prison to visit me. I was in Tucker unit, right, you know, down the street from North Little Rock. And it's kind of like I just had an epiphany, you know what I'm saying? Seeing them grow up, they getting bigger. I didn't want to be that uncle that's shit, always in and out of prison, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or in the streets, you know what I'm saying, doing this and that. Because I could tell that they like me and they kind of look to me, you know what I'm saying? I want to be a better example for them. It's a lot of things, but that's like the basic thing. Also, my mother getting older, you know, I didn't want to be the person to be putting up through that again. Like I just kind of matured. I think I kind of matured, and I felt like I was better than what I was portraying to be myself to be. You know what I'm saying? In and out of prison, I just felt better than that. And drug addiction played a lot. You know what I'm saying? My trust of drugs was PCP, and that played a big role in my incarcerations. But I learned the last time I went to prison that it's actually my mentality, because the last time I went to prison, I had been clean for like 5-6 years, but I still ended up going, and I thought there was a reason I kept going. But then I got sober, I'm working, but I still decided to have a gun in my home. You know what I'm saying? I wrote about it in my book, and I got into it with the woman I was with at that time. She called the police to the house. They found a gun in my house, and I was sober. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't got high in like 5 or 6 years, but it was my mentality, which leads back to the trauma. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that the worst can happen all the time, so I got to stay ready. You know, or any confrontation, you know, I need to be ready. Stuff like that.
All right.
You know.
So let me ask you this. So when you got out, I heard you said that you're on the road now. I think you drive trucks, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
So do you think changing your environment and changing your circle or changing the way you live, it also had a contribute to, you know, you writing a book and changing some of the things that you was doing?
Correct. It had everything to do with it. I was telling somebody this the other day. I had to leave. You know, I know me. Everybody know themselves better than anybody. I've been out of prison 5 times. You know what I'm saying? In attempts, I had to leave my environment. I'm not gonna say I couldn't have did this there, or I can't go back. I just don't want to. You know what I'm saying? I know. You know, it's just better for me to be separated in distance from all those familiar things and people. You know what I'm saying? It's better for me that way. And I can go visit when I want to, you know what I'm saying? But it's not, it don't benefit me to be in Little Rock, Arkansas, you know what I'm saying, right now. Even with what I do, I drive trucks, you know what I'm saying? It requires me to be gone. And to be honest, I planned it like that. You know what I'm saying? When I was in prison, it was mentioned to me from one of our homeboys driving trucks. So I took the opportunity when I got out. They had a program down there. I was in a reentry program, right? And they was offering your CDLs when you get out on a federal grant. So I did it. So I knew that would keep me gone. You know what I'm saying? I knew that to keep me gone. So I knew I needed to get these CDLs. That's going to keep me on the road. And what I told myself when I got out, that I would live my life as if I'm on the run. I was just, just putting some in my head, like that means I'm not going to be in the same places around the same people. And I'm not going to be in one place too long. I'm going to always be driving city, state to state. I done seen almost every state. And I'm never in an area or a position where I can be arrested or around anybody, you know what I'm saying, that can be arrested. None of that. So it kind of works out.
So you say you've been incarcerated 5 times. Well, let me ask you this. Each visit that you had in prison, did you learn something different in each visit that took you to the next visit that made you stronger? Like, because, I just wonder, you say, you went 5 times. And me personally, I just would think the first time I went, even if I got in trouble again, I may have learned something while I was there to actually help me. Did you have some things that helped you each time that you went?
Some stuff that was like in prison or like within me?
Yeah, in prison. Did anything, because I heard some people say prison saved their lives.
Yeah.
I heard some people say, they end up getting their degrees in prison.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this last time, see, I never really, when I went to prison, I had the mentality of a convict. I was like, I'm gonna do my time, stay out of trouble the best I can, and go home. So I never tried to take advantage of nothing. Like, I was just thinking the other day, I passed the water treatment plant in Arizona. I was thinking like, damn, I should have went to water treatment when I was in prison. I could have. That's a trade. There's jobs out here for that. And I started to, but I was like, nah, I don't want to go do nothing for them like that. You know what I'm saying? That was the attitude I had, but I should have. You know what I'm saying? But it was, the program I was in was a good program. It was a reentry program. They taught us like computer skills. I have a mentor to this day from that program. He was coming from the outside world, but I got my CDLs through that program. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the things that I learned down at this time, I just accepted them instead of just like denying them and working the program. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew this time I was gonna have to get out and stay out. I was gonna have to do something. You know what I'm saying? To keep myself occupied, or I need a trade. You know what I'm saying? I need something to do to stay out and just to stay busy. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to sit too long and have an idle mind. Anytime I'm in Little Rock, it seemed like before I just got on the road and stayed on the road, I'd be at home just sitting there waiting on jobs. Because at first it was hard to get hired just getting out, even with my CDLs, because they wanted like 5 years free or 7 years or whatever from your last conviction. And I had just got out. It probably been like 3 years since my last conviction. But, I eventually got hired, and I just hated sitting there, just all these thoughts going through your head. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
and I actually just left an event that is all about the reentry program with Miss Ruth. She does a lot with people that's getting out of prison, re-entering and back into society, helping them with jobs and stuff like that. So it's just amazing for you to say the re-entry program help you get your CDL. So the re-entry program actually does work.
Yeah, it worked. And you know what? I had the attitude. I was so crazy with it. When they said we had to go to the workforce when we get out and apply for our CDLs, I was going just to prove that this is not real. I was going just so I could write back to somebody like, man, they ain't trying to do nothing for y'all, man. They ain't trying to do nothing for us. I was going for that reason. But when I went up there, it actually happened. You know what I'm saying? The woman that talked to me, she was like, this and that, do this, be here, be there. And somebody had told me before, just follow the process. Don't ask no questions. Just, they want to see if you're going to follow the process. So I just followed the process, and I ended up at Pine Bluff truck driving school for 3 weeks, and I had my CDLs. So I'm like, it works. So I hit everybody back like, man, it worked. When y'all get out, go up to the workforce and get y'all. It's free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard that the reentry program does work. It worked.
Yeah, it worked. You got to work it, and you got to you got to work it, and you got to go through the steps. It worked though.
So let's get a little bit back into your book, because I'm real interested in your book. Tell us some more about your book.
Well, this the unique thing about it. I think I wrote the book. And I'm gonna tell you why I did it like this. I told you about the name, the titles. I did the titles like this. I applied for a job about 3 years ago, maybe, and they denied me because of my criminal history. A truck driving job. It was a better, truck driving job, good gig, but they named the charges, my charges that they denied me for, and I was kind of pissed off at the time. But I had a job, so I was like, well, I ain't really tripping. You know what I'm saying? I got one. You know what I'm saying? But I named my book. I named my chapters after the charges I caught. Like,
oh wow,
my first chapter, criminal attempt to commit capital murder. I named, so forth and so forth. The second chapter is another charge. The third, the fourth, fifth, the sixth. You know what I'm saying? It's a short book, 6 chapters.
6 chapters.
But I kind of just take you through what happened at that time. Like in 2002, I caught that charge, criminal attempt to commit capital murder on a police officer, Little Rock police officer. Just drugging, you know what I'm saying, running around, shooting guns, carrying guns, and swigged out on the police at the traffic stop and got in the shootout with the police. You know what I'm saying? So I take you through that, how that situation happened, what happened that day, what I was doing like that whole week. I was running around, drugging, sticking up, you know what I'm saying? Just running around crazy, you know what I'm saying? Just crazy, a build up. And when I had the conversation with the police, I just snapped. It's just snapped. I take you on that journey. And then the next chapter is theft by receiving. It's called theft by receiving. I was into flipping cars. You know what I'm saying? So I would take cars, steal cars, flip them, and sell them. So I take you through that journey and how that happened, so forth and so forth. You know, it's an interesting read. It's an interesting read. I've been getting good feedback ever since I wrote it, man. It's been a few years since I wrote it.
I can't wait to get a book because I'm definitely gonna
check it out. Yeah.
So I can read it. So let me ask you this. A young man that's a career criminal that has gone several times, what advice would you give him? Because some people, they feel like, this is just my path. This is what I'm going to do. This is all I've done. I give up. What advice would you have for them?
I tell people a lot too, that's in their life, if and they know me, but if I can do it, you can do it. So if I can change my life or switch my mentality and do something different, so can you. You know what I'm saying? And I also tell people that I don't know, if I gave them some advice, you can do the rest of your life going back and forth to prison. You know what I'm saying? And eventually they're gonna give you that big number where you can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna give you that big number, especially in Little Rock now, where I heard the governor changed the laws. It's like 100% all damn on everything. You know what I'm saying? So you can't win. You know what I'm saying? That life, you might think it's I used to call myself a convict. I accepted that life, you know what I'm saying? But I was just fortunate enough to get that time to where I can't get out, you know what I'm saying? But I would tell them, man, if I can do it, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? And there's anything I can do to assist them, any information I can get to get them, I give it to them. But the thing about a person that's in the streets and going back and forth to prison, really nothing you can say. They got to go through that journey. And however it go for them, only thing you can do is say this, and if they respect you, they'll listen to you. You know what I'm saying? But you can give them little pieces here and there. But like when I was going through it, couldn't nobody tell me nothing. I made the decision to stop, not because of what somebody told me. You know what I'm saying? It was a combination of things, you know what I'm saying, reflecting on my life. But at the time I was doing them, that's why I try to catch the youth before they jump off the porch, how we call it. You know what I'm saying? Like catch them before they jump off the porch, because after they jumped off, it's damn impossible to get them back. It's damn impossible. They're gonna have to go through the rain, you know what I'm saying, to get back right, if they do.
All right. Yeah. So if you can just turn back the hands of time and somebody sit the younger Maurice down, what would you tell the younger you?
I say stay out of trouble. I say do not commit a crime. You know what I'm saying? Don't commit no crimes and go far as you can in school and education, getting your education. That's what I tell somebody. Make sure you stay without a criminal record. I think you can do a lot in society if you do that. I say this to myself a lot. I would have probably joined the military or something. You know what I'm saying? And seen the world that way. You know what I'm saying? I did something like that, because by now I'm 43. I could have been, if I did something like the military at 18, I could be retired now. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going back and forth to prison over the years I've done it. You know what I'm saying? So I tell a person, man, it's the first, decide what you want to do and stick to that, man. You know, decide what you love to do. Stay off of drugs. stay from being a career criminal. That's most important though. And staying off of drugs. You can do anything, I think, if you stay off drugs, keep a clear head, educate yourself, and stay out of trouble for the law. I don't think it's nothing you can't do in America. You know, so you can be whatever you want to be.
But you know, like in today's society, they make jail and prison look so glamorous.
They do.
They see all the jujus and whams that they eat and everything.
They got all these videos.
They see all the videos. So
Yep.
they thinking, prison just like at home. Only difference, I can't go when I want to.
That's true though. I see the video. I made a post. I made a video a few weeks ago like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like prison is a waste of time. Like I don't try to like scare people straight or nothing. I didn't have any problems in prison. It's just a waste of time. It could have been problems. You know what I'm saying? It depends on who you are. A lot of people go down there like doing the same thing they doing out here, gang banging or stealing, which robbing, which relates to stealing down there. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, and get themselves killed or hurt. You know what I'm saying? Depending on who you is and how you move. But I told this story. What I seen down there too. These guys out here, like on the internet, kicking it down there. Like it's cool, like you were saying. Right. But what they don't tell you about is the time when the camera off and the lights out, and they got to do 28 years on 40. You know what I'm saying? They don't tell you that part, how they feel. They don't express that to you. They just show you the soups, the tuna spreads, the chili spreads. They show you all that type stuff. You feel me? The chips and them working out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They don't tell you how hard it is, man. I didn't talk to guys like that. You know what I'm saying? They just looking just sad. I asked them what's wrong. It's done on them after about 3-4 years. They got 28 years to do. You know what I'm saying? On 40. And it's like,
do you think you was institutionalized when you get out, or you think you?
I am still in certain ways. I am. Yep.
What do you think help a person is institutionalized, or do you think when you get out you always be institutionalized, or do you think you can grow from that?
You can definitely grow from it. You know what I'm saying? I know people had done like shit a lot more time than me, and you can never, like, people even now, if I don't tell them my story, they've said that I would have never knew you've been to prison, but they don't like live with me. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ask my lady or somebody like that, she'll probably tell you a different story. But you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, I know I got some ways, you know what I'm saying? Like trusting.
Do you still eat spreads and the noodles and all of that?
Yeah, on a hard day. yeah. On one of them cheap days, you just paid the mortgage. Yeah, I'm finna go get me some soups or something. You feel?
I've seen them. They making money off of those soups now. They got a whole restaurant where people actually are to get those.
I seen that. He's making a spread. He basically making a spread. Yeah. I seen that, man. But it don't taste the same. It ain't. I don't do it really like that. You know what I'm saying? But I eat a soup and I fix it up. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But I ain't really eating it like that though. You know what I'm saying? It don't taste the same. My taste buds is heightened. You know what I'm saying? So it really don't taste the same. Down there, you're not eating a lot of stuff, so it tastes good. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff tastes good.
Right. Yep. So do you think, you say your childhood trauma caused you into a career criminal. Do you think a lot of people that become career criminals, it has something to do with their childhood? Do it stem from their childhood?
Yep. I do. Yeah, I believe that. I don't believe everybody got some kind of trauma. It might not be like mine's. Mine might not be like yours, but it affects you. You know what I'm saying? So, everybody has been traumatized, you know what I'm saying, in their life. That's just something they seen or something that happened to them. Everybody been there, but everything don't lead to being a criminal. You know what I'm saying? Some things lead to something else. Other things are eating habits or drug habits or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of the problem now, even in our city, Little Rock, Arkansas, the murder rate crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
It's a bunch of mad young adults running around. You gotta be. You know what I'm saying? If you don't feel no kind of way about killing somebody that look like you, that's just anger. You know what I'm saying? That's anger. Yeah, they need to. I promote therapy. I've done it a little bit. I'm probably gonna do it again. But like, say for instance, at their age, I think it should be required. Like prison systems and stuff like that, I think it should be required for some people to go through therapy before they get out. You know what I'm saying? To work a program instead of just letting them out like they used to have. They used to stipulate GED on some people, younger people back in the day. But then the prison started getting too overpacked, so they just let you go without one. You know what I'm saying? I think they need to bring back like stipulations and stuff like that and real programs inside of the prisons. Yep. A bunch of traumatized young adults running around.
Oh, definitely is and don't want the help.
Nah, they really ain't gonna do it though. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about it. You can't tell them like I got plans on like holding some events in Little Rock, Arkansas, but I want to talk to the parents first. You know what I'm saying? Because they got to get more involved and don't ask their kids what they want to do. Tell them what they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? They 9 times out of 10 they stay with you, so you can tell them what to do. They can't tell you no. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
you know, these kids nowadays, honey, they have opinions. They tell their parents no what they is and ain't gonna do. And
right,
you know, back in my day, it wasn't no telling my mama no, I ain't gonna do something.
Exactly. Especially if she enforcing it, saying this what she wants you to do. You can't say no now. You know what I'm saying? If she say, hey, do you want to do it? But my thing is to get the parents don't ask them what they want to do. Just tell them what they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of parents, man, they know what's going on with their kids, man. That's another thing too. We gotta come to realize they know what's going on with their kids. They know what their kids are doing in these streets. You know what I'm saying? But then when something happened to him, now he's the greatest kid in the world. You know what I'm saying? Come on, you knew what was going on, what circle he running with, what he was doing, and everything. You know what I'm saying? We gotta step up
and all of that.
Yeah, we gotta step up and be like, look, it's gonna take help from the whole community. You know what I'm saying? I can't just go down there and talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's like I want to talk to the youth too, but I plan on doing as far as like speaking about what I know. I might have somebody else speak about something they know. Just a lot of stuff combined in one unit. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of great information, like everything, like health care, IULs, whole life, and the benefits of them things. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of stuff that we need to know that we don't know. You know what I'm saying?
And that's stuff that we need around here, especially in Little Rock, with the criminal rate how it is now.
Yep.
It needs to be more for these young guys to do. They need to hear experiences like yours. They need to hear. They need to read your book. They need to see, you know, being a criminal, it don't lead you to doing nothing but going to jail.
Nope, that's it though, and I'm with it, man. I'm gonna do it. I'm trying to get down there now. The reentry program in the county jail, I've been talking to the woman that's over it, and we just kind of missing each other, I guess, man. But I'm trying to get in there to talk to them, and I got another friend, he working at a rehab in Hot Springs, and he said whenever I come in town, he want me to come down there and talk for sure. But I'm trying to form like something in Little Rock, you know what I'm saying, right in the heart of Little Rock, an event that I can put together, and it's gonna be, I ain't got no date, but it's gonna be soon, man. I'm gonna do it soon. But I'm trying to talk to the parents bring your kids, you know what I'm saying, all that there type stuff.
Yes, keep us posted, because that's what the Chatterbox is all about, getting involved in the community. Because I always preach, and I don't know how much I can stress this, it takes a village. You know, my children are all grown now. Thank you, Jesus, that I'm not raising, you know, small kids up now, because it's like the world has changed. So I am so big in helping the community, helping our young people. So whatever you're doing to help, I want to be a vessel and help anything that I can do. And we can team up and collab, and let's do something.
You will certainly be involved. You will certainly be involved. So I'm glad, like, you know, I love your platform. I was watching it earlier. I was like, yeah, I like it fits my brand. You know what I'm saying? I like what you stand for. Yep. You will certainly be involved. Sure. Definitely.
Thank you. So for the ones that don't know how to purchase your book, tell them how to purchase your book.
My book is available on Amazon.com. You can get the Kindle book, the audio book as well, and the paperback, or you can get your autographed copy from my website, 5timesaslave.com. I'll send you an autographed copy. Yep.
How much are the books?
The books are $15.
That's it.
$15 on my website and like $12.99, I think, on Amazon for paperback. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
When I get off this call, I'm gonna go to your website, because I think you sent it in my inbox, correct?
5timesaslave.com. I think I did. Yep. I did. Matter of fact,
I want to purchase your book, because I was actually thinking about starting a book club, because there's so many Black African Americans around here that is writing books, that's doing
Yep.
things. And
Yep.
I said I want to start a book club to get the word out here that we doing stuff.
Yeah.
We
Of
move,
course.
we moving weight around here. And when I say we moving weight, it's good weight. I
Oh yeah.
like,
Yeah, I
you know,
like that too, man. I like what Little Rock doing. Like I'm seeing more podcasts. I did a podcast in Little Rock, AR podcast.
okay.
Yeah, I did that when I wrote my book. The first book signing I had down there a couple years ago. I did a podcast interview down there with T.I. King from AR podcast. Yeah, Arkansas podcast. And I
Okay.
like that, man. I like that movement, man. A goal of mine is to start like a book, a publication. You know what I'm saying? So we can publish some books, because I know a lot of people down there. A lot of my partners come out of prison. They talking about writing books. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, I tell people, man, share your story. You know
Share
what
your
I'm saying?
story. Get your story
Just
out.
share your story. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna outlive us all. You know what I'm saying? So share your story. That's how the next generation and the people after us gonna know who you was. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And know
right.
your struggles and can relate. All the books I read in prison probably was like, shoot, them people wrote them books years ago. You know what I'm saying? And that's the good thing about books. They outlive the author. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People read them and read them.
But yours, in telling your story, you never know who's your story is helping.
Of
So
course.
many people are going through things, and
Yep.
sometimes we need to hear and be able to relate to people that has gone through or going through the same things that we went through or going through.
I
You know,
agree.
I always say you can't tell me nothing if you ain't went through it.
That's real. Yeah, I agree. How could a person though, really? And like a lot of people, a lot of my partners, they send the books. Well, you can't send them no more to the penitentiary. Like Meat Miller's book, you got to order it through Amazon. But a lot of my partners have ordered books, sent them to their people in prison. You know, they sons. You know what I'm saying, stuff like that. And I donated some to the prisons as well. The last prison I just left, Little Tucker in Tucker, Arkansas. I donated some books. And I'm just trying to get it out, man. Trying to get it out there. You know what I'm saying? Any way I can, I'm trying to get it out there, man.
And I want to help you get it out there. I want to help you because I feel like your book, it deserves to be out there. And it's a lot of young guys that need to read it. It's a lot of mothers that need to read your book that's raising young guys to be young men.
Yep.
So we need that book. So tell me, what can we look for in the future with Maurice?
Well, I'm working on my second book. You know what I'm saying? I'm journaling and I got everything down. I know what direction I want to go. Is just, you know, a matter of I'm writing sometimes I don't, you know, just like that. Because this book was like my criminal history was kind of easy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But this book, everybody want to know how my mind switched and, you know, what's going on with me now. So I'm giving them that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff that you experience for it's like transitioning from the streets to a law-abiding citizen. Just a lot of stuff you encounter, a lot of stuff that's different, a lot of the old mentality I had that don't work for this life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff don't work for this life. So I'm kind of giving people, it's like a blueprint. I want this second book to be taught in like institutions, colleges, schools, to basically how to stay out of prison. You know what I'm saying? How to stay free. And some things you might, you know, some people might face them, some people might not. Dealing with everything, like everything, you know what I'm saying, in life that you can deal with when you live in the right life, a law-abiding life. And I'm also trying to get more into public speaking, you know what I'm saying, and getting into these juveniles, anywhere I can go, anywhere the youth is, where I can speak to them and share my story.
We need you in these schools because these schools, honey, the school. I know, especially around here. I don't know about other states, but around here, every other day you hearing about it's a fight at the school. It's a riot at the school. It's young kids jumping on each other, and I don't know why everybody's so angry. You know, everybody want to fight these days. They meeting up to fight. It's like everybody's so angry. So we need you in the schools. We need more guys like you that want to be involved and get out here and take a hold of the young guys that's coming up and pull their coattails and tell them what they're doing is wrong. We need more Mr. Ford out here.
I'm with it, man. If you know anybody, because all I need is one door to open for that. I've been kind of reaching out, but I think it's harder to do. Say if I was there, I can walk up to these people, you know what I'm saying, or walk up to these places and I can get a better understanding of who I am and this and that. But like doing it from so far away, And I just really want to start with my city first. You know what I'm saying? Start with my city, get down there and get where I can. You know what I'm saying? And anywhere I can speak, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it. I've been reaching out to a couple people. I see a couple people on the internet. You know, I reach out to them, send them a inbox or something. But you know, some people you hear from, some people you don't. You know what I'm saying? But
the good thing about it, you just got entwined with the Chatterbox, and
course.
I know a lot of people that
good.
They need you, and they need you to come and talk to the kids.
Cool.
So I'm going to do all that I can do to help you get out here, because me getting you out here is going to help our children. It's going to help our community. You're a part of the village.
Of course. I appreciate it too. Anything you can do to help me get one of them doors open, man, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I'm there.
Definitely. So is there anything else that you would like us to know?
Man, just support people, man, that's trying to basically actually do something. You know what I'm saying? Like make our city, or make our, relate to our youth. And it ain't always like money. You know what I'm saying? Just support the people, man, support their message. I send a lot of books out, like, just here, hey, read this, man, just read it, and do this and that, tell me about it. So I'm trying to make sure you're reading it, give it to your nephew. You got a kid, give it to your kids, man. Tell them to read it, give them something to read it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe to sink in, they can see and learn from my mistakes, you know what I'm saying? Because it's needed. So just support, man, and know I'm coming. If you got if anybody that see this have any opportunities for me to speak to the youth, get in touch with me, and I'm coming.
I love it. And I'm gonna tell you this while we on air, because of course we're gonna talk a little bit more once we get off air. But I want you to know this, honey. Ears haven't heard and eyes haven't seen what God got in store for you. It's some great things that God got in store for you. It's even bigger than you can imagine.
I receive it too.
Yes, it's everything you can imagine. But y'all, that's our time. I want to thank you again for coming and blessing our Chatterbox with your story, letting us know, where you came from, where you're going, and where you've been. And again, your book, 5 Times a Slave.
Yeah.
Can get it on Amazon. And tell them where else.
5timesaslave.com, my website, 5timesaslave.com. I will send you an autographed copy. I also have merchandise on there too, like this shirt. I got some other merchandise as well too. These shirts spark a conversation, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I want you to do. Like, spark the conversation. Childhood trauma, how I can create a career criminal, or just childhood trauma, period. Let's try to heal. You know what I'm saying? Just spark a conversation.
All right, y'all. Y'all heard it from Mr. Maurice. Let's try to heal childhood trauma. And y'all, that's our time. I'm your girl, LaQuinta. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we will see y'all next week.
Thank you.